Greeting to you all. This is Module 11, and I think that this is going to be a very interesting module. This is known as the history lesson because we have several histories of our country that I think need to be told. And so we're going to look at race, ethnicity in this particular module. And this is the last topic that's presented in your textbook, and it's also the last topic that we'll be actually doing in this manner with case studies and all of those types of things. But it's very important to have a good understanding of the history of our country and the different races and ethnicities that you will come to know as part of our country. While you may not have encountered much of this information in the schools, I hear that all the time. Why wasn't this taught when I was in school? It wasn't taught when I was in school either, for that matter. There are some facts that I think we need to take a look at. And it's probably not America's or the United States' best part of their history. If you're not handed in your observations, which are actually due on November 4th, I put the date in this time. I'm having to redo this one, so I figured I could add the dates. I would appreciate it if you did that. I would like to get them read fairly quickly and easily, so if there are any corrections or additions that you need to do, it can still be done within a reasonable length of time. Remember that you're handing in the log, templates 1 and 2, which document the classroom and then what's going on in the classroom. Template number 3, which is your reflections on what you saw in the classroom and what the teachers were doing. And then the compare and the contrast. So there are 5 actual things that you will do. Now I know I have taken it out of there, but some of you may have gotten to it before I did that. There is no 3-2-1 for the observations. That was for Module 2, and that's where it belongs, in Module 2. It is not part of the observation process. Only those 5 things: log, 3 templates, a compare and contrast. That's all it needs to hand in. And those are the same, except your topics or your students in your classrooms are changing. Remember, again, no more than 2 hours with any one teacher. I had someone try to sneak one in. This particular in the last set of observations will be due on December the 1st. So that'll give me a little extra time to read it before the end of the class. There's a full-length movie in this particular module, and I obtained the movie from Southern Poverty Law. I had first found it in YouTube, and it was cut into 3 parts, and I had used it very nicely in the lessons. And then one semester, a student said, "How come it says this is a copyright violation?" And I'm going, whoa, that was something I was not expecting. So I contacted Southern Poverty Law, got their permission and a documentation, and was able to get this copied to be used here. It's a very interesting movie, Academy Award winner for documentaries, and it's called The Children's March. And if you're not familiar with it, I think you're going to enjoy what you get to see here. It's a great part of our history lesson. That's the first thing that you'll see there, because it takes a while to download a complete movie. So I would suggest you do that. And I believe the MP3 player, that will load in any computer. It'll load in the Mac, and I think it'll also load in your PCs. If not, it probably will load on your iPhone. So I would do that first because it takes a lot of time, and then you can just put it down in your bar, and you can save it till you're ready to look at it. Because that's the third part of the lesson. There are actually 4 things with this particular lesson. We're going to talk about the Native Americans, the Japanese, the Children's March, and then we're going to look at the undocumented people in our country. So there are 4 discussions, and 3 of them use the 3-2-1. The 4th one uses another one called the 6 hats. That's what you're going to use for the Children's March. And so all 4 of those will be averaged into that grade. So if you choose to not do a couple of them, that'll be 2 zeros that'll get averaged in. Just a little reminder. The objectives for this module are: describe how race and ethnicity, wow, I can't say that, can exert influence upon the educational experience, because it does. Understand more about some of the history that has occurred in our country and how that has affected some of our people. And that's why this is the history lesson. Your assignments are about the same. You have the prior knowledge again, and then you have a discussion post for each of those: Native Americans, Japanese Americans, African Americans, and then the undocumented people. And then our final case studies will come from Chapter 4, cases 10, 11, 12, 13, or 14. You choose one that you want to do. The dates due are listed on the assignment sheet. If your pacing dates are due, the others are due on, the final night is December the 10th. That's a Sunday night. Due to the length of this, I'm going to give you a couple days extra. However, don't push your luck on it. I'm also putting this up a couple days early, so at the request of some of your classmates. So you're getting the benefit on both ends of it, but it'll take time to get through all the videos and the reflections on this particular module. And I think it's one we need to pay attention to, because it's kind of a eye-opening history lesson. I guess that's about it. All your things will be due on, as I said, November the 10th. And then I've given a little extension, and the next module 12 will come up, and it'll taking a different turn now with this next module. Go to a different source and resource and looking at the present and what is it like out there right now with these topics and the civil rights laws and all of things like that. So that will be up on November 9th. So good luck and enjoy. I enjoy putting this one together as well, so I hope that you will enjoy it as much as I do.